Good morning. We are in Gunnison, Colorado. We are not in New Zealand anymore. So myself and my good friend here, Neil, and another good friend, Rob, here, who actually lives here in Colorado, we have all hooked up and we are off on a 10-day motorcycle trip through backcountry Colorado. And what we're planning on doing is most of the Colorado backcountry discovery route, and we're doing it from north to south. This is Rob. So G'day Rob. G'day Rob. So myself, Rob, and Neil. Yeah, we were all at university together many years ago. So great to have the opportunities to all go and do something together. So yeah, that is the plan for this trip. So we're busy packing our bikes, and today's leg is from
Gunnison to Marble, Colorado.
Yeah,
and we're only about 3 hours behind what we thought we were going to leave.
Yeah, we were going to. We're an early start. It's almost just past 10 o'clock. So yeah, early start, and we are into it. And here's my ride for this trip. Neil and I have both hired a couple of Honda Africa twin bikes, so we're kind of busy loading them with the far too much stuff that we have. And our good friend Rob here, he's on a BMW 1200, I think. So he's still got he's got boxes and all sorts. GS 1200. So with the bikes packed, we were off, and it was a short drive to Crested Butte, where first stop was a coffee. Camped for coffee at Crested Butte, and we are just easing into the day so far. Yeah, in fact, it's after lunchtime. We haven't hit the trails yet, and it's after lunch.
Very tough out there.
But we're getting there, so it's coffee first for...
and a burrito.
Yeah, and a burrito. The first obstacle came heading for Schofield Pass, where there was still some snow left over from the previous winter or avalanche debris. Woo! Woo! I know. For those of you that have ridden motorbikes before, you will know just how little control you have riding through snow like this, and essentially you're just hoping for the best and using your legs as outriggers. Okay, first obstacle we've come to. We're not far, we're only about half an hour from Crested Butte, and we're not sure if we're in the right trail because it doesn't really show or do it justice on the camera there, but the trail is a lot more technical for our 250 to 300 kilogram bikes to navigate. So
yes,
yeah, watch this space. So it turns out the road to Marble has got avalanche debris across it, and it's a little bit unpassable. And luckily we just met a Jeep who told us that.
Not a little bit unpassable, very unpassable.
Yeah, not a little unpassable, a lot unpassable.
A lot unpassable.
So change of plans. So the change in plans meant actually a round trip, but a very scenic round trip back to the town of Crested Butte, and then around the longer way to the town of Marble. So we've made Marble, and this is our campsite of the night. But we, before we go to bed, we're going up to the barbecue, which has been recommended to us by multiple people. The Slow Grooving Barbecue. Day 2 was mostly spent driving on the highways and getting up to Steamboat Springs, but firstly it was
Breakfast in Carbondale.
not a bad night's sleep in our fairly budget hotel, and we're just filling up here in Steamboat for our first day actually on the real, or hitting the real backcountry Colorado Discovery Trail. Rob, who was our navigator for the trip using his GPS, and after a few U-turns managed to find our way to the right trails and on the road to Gypsum. This is probably going to be our staple lunch for the trip. We've got Rob.
If I'm in charge.
Rob's in charge of lunch, and I think I'm happy with it.
Maybe
Crackers, brie, tomatoes, salami, and some hummus. The hummus is probably the weak link because it's going off a bit quick.
And the cerveza.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and don't forget, and a wee beer there because it was leaking. He's only drinking that because it was leaking.
It's a safety deal.
Quick drink break. We did miss this turn off, and we sort of backtracked and got back onto the dirt road there. So, and I think we're sort of over this range and then down to Gypsum. It's pretty good. In case you didn't hear that, gypsum is another word for
Calcium sulfate.
Calcium sulfate. Well, we've reached Gypsum and we have just come down to Eagle. We're having a roadside burrito. Neil's checking the route.
And look,
Can of Coke, a glass of Coke. We might actually push on a little bit further onto the next section towards Leadville, from Gypsum up to Leadville. I don't know if we're going to get all the way to Leadville, but could get out of this town and sort of head up into the backcountry. There's Rob setting up his tent, and this is home for the night.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just...
right, Rob?
Yeah. Just rolled on one of those rock.
Nice, good old drop off the front there, isn't it?
Yeah. So as soon as you lift it up, it's going to...
After an altercation with a largish rock and his front wheel, Rob decided to put his bike down for a wee rest. No damage was done, and we managed to get the bike back back upright and on our way again. The foliage.
Breakfast.
Yeah. Rob's had a bit of excitement this morning, and we are officially on the section from Gypsum to Leadville, and we've just come up and we're on Hageman Pass. So that's the rock that got his front wheel, which sent his bike over the edge. So he's going to keep it as a memento. and from here it's down to Leadville for some breakfast.
Lunch,
brunch. Taking a wee break in the shade here, and I think we're probably about an hour from Buena Vista. I'm saying that wrong. How do you say it?
Buena Vista.
Buena Vista.
Buena Vista.
Buena means good. Well, it's actually good. Buena is in Spanish. Buena.
Good view. Rob got an insect in his eye somehow, so he's just taking a break, and Neil is taking off some layers of clothing. We've got a bit of a sandy section coming up, so yeah, all good. Tricky. That was a pretty long day, and now had a good dinner in Buena Vista, and now we are finding a spot for the night because the town is full because of the music festival.
13,000 people.
Yeah, 13,000 people. So this is our camp spot for the night.
On the way to Cottonwood Pass.
Yeah, just on the road to Cottonwood Pass.
To show them the...
Bit of an average night's sleep last night, and today's trip we camped out here just north of, or just, I'm saying north, felt like north of Buena Vista, and we're heading to Lake City via the backcountry discovery route. So we're just up on Cottonwood Pass. First up though, it was breakfast at the small town of Tin Cup near the Taylor Park Reserve. We're up at Cumberland Pass, elevation 12,000 feet. I'm just reading off the sign there.
Just been through Tin Cup.
Tin Cup for breakfast, and first of a couple of passes we're going to go through today. Good morning from Lake City after a pretty good night's sleep and a fantastic shower. It was our first shower for a while, so today is our, what is probably one of the most scenic and sort of big day. Would you say big day?
Short day in miles, big day in scenery. And,
yeah, big day in scenery.
Elevation gain and loss. And
yeah, so we're heading today from Lake City to Telluride. We're just at Cinnamon Pass, the first of quite a few passes we've got to go over today. So yeah, the road's quite good apart from all the ATVs, but I guess we're part of that. But all the four-wheelers and quads are kind of slow going and eating a lot of dust as per normal. Ophir Pass was the last big pass before dropping down into the town of Telluride, and we'd heard a few stories from other motorcyclists coming the other way about a lot of avalanche debris and large rocks on the road, making it pretty impassable for the large bikes coming from Telluride. And sure enough, just on the other side of the worst part of the avalanche debris, there was a bunch of bikers stuck, one fellow looking particularly dejected with his burnt out clutch. town of Telluride was full due to a film festival going on, so we headed out along the road for about an hour to find a campsite for the night, and that was pretty much the day. We camped just outside of Telluride last night, and today we're doing kind of the last mountainous section of the BDR route from Telluride to Dolores, but we might not stay at Dolores, we might carry on to Moab. So just had breakfast here at a small diner in a place called Sawpit, and we are ready to hit the road. From the town of Dolores, we pretty much left the official Colorado backcountry discovery trail and headed across to Moab for a couple of days of sightseeing, cleaning the bikes and showering.
Take one.
We are at Dead Horse Point in the Arches?
Canyonlands.
Canyonlands. Here just about 25 minutes out of Moab. That's all I've got to say. After that, it was returning the bikes back to Grand Junction, and that was pretty much the end of our Colorado backcountry motorbike trip.